What is up YouTube? Welcome back to another Dragon Traveler video, and today we're going to talk about the banner that is going to be coming right after Vivien's banner ends, which is in about 3 days as of me recording this, and that is going to be the teaser here, and it's very clear who this character is. It is going to be the Azure Dragon. Now I did talk about her in my previous video talking about this character, but we're just going to talk about her once again just to kind of refresh upon what she does. And also, you're going to notice I'm using a different website where the translations are very bad. That's because it's directly translated with Google from Chinese. The other website I used actually went down as of a couple of days ago, unfortunately. But you're going to see here that Azure Dragon, she's part of the Otherworldly faction and also Arcane, and she's also a warrior. So essentially what she does is she has a ton of shielding. She'll make shields increase your damage and damage reduction as well. And this is really good because she'll be able to shield your summons in that otherworldly team. This is going to make her a staple in this team, and you can also use her for the Arcane team if you want, but for the most part you're going to use her in that otherworldly team. And I've also seen her used in the wild, the green team, which spams heals because she's also going to be good for shielding there. So the thing with her ultimate and her skills is that she has a lot of CC, and this damage is going to scale with your shielding. You can see the damage here that she does in AoE. It's going to do physical damage, and it scales with your shield value. So this makes her very good because she gets a shield, and she's also doing damage with the shields. I know I'm kind of jumping around, but that's basically what she does. She's going to shield everyone because you'll see that at the special skill here, that she'll grant all allied units a shield equal to her own max HP for 10 seconds, right? And this is going to actually apply at the start of battle as well. Now, the best part about this shielding is whenever a shield breaks, the cooldown on this skill will also go down. So if you're summoning a lot of characters and you shield them, well, the cooldown on this goes down by a ton. And it just makes her a very good shielding character. She also has this physical defense down, which will make your characters do more damage, and most of those characters will be physical, right? The summons are basic attacking for physical damage, so you'll see that she's really strong. Also, whenever an allied unit is defeated, I believe this includes your summons, she gains a stack of last words, and the last words will increase the effect of that damage boost and damage reduction when you have a shield, right? Which is super powerful. So is she worth going for? That's the question that a lot of people ask, and after playing around with Vivien a lot more, I think in terms of Azure Dragon, yes, you want one copy. That way, by getting one copy, you'll unlock the heart trials, right? This does not actually unlock until you get a copy of the character. You can see if I scrolled all the way down here, I think, no, it doesn't show, but it doesn't actually show the characters I don't own. And if you just have one copy, you're able to start getting those shards eventually, right? And what you're going to notice with these limited banners is that they don't reappear into the wish list. So with other games, usually they just jump right into the wish list, right? But you don't see Ifrit here. You actually don't see Gabriel here either. So what you'll have to do is wait for a rerun. So because of this, going for one copy of Azure Dragon is a good idea. On top of that, talking about Vivien, it's the same thing, right? Going for Vivien, just one copy will also be a very good idea as well. Now I will say, Vivien is really strong, especially if you're a free-to-play or a low spender. Vivien is an extremely powerful character just because of the fact that, one, her talent is super busted, right? She will shield the ally in front of her and also give them a huge attack buff. Also, she's really tanky because you can't target her when she's in this possession, which is really good. Her talents, when they level up through more dupes, it gets very powerful because you're also going to give them fervor, which will give them extra damage and make that character tankier. Really good on assassins. It'll also boost her attack and her shield effect. And you'll also see that when you possess the target, they will become immune to CC and also get damage reduction. So she's actually really good on assassins and like bruisers, right? So if you like to pair her with something like a Fenrir, then you're going to absolutely destroy everything. And Fenrir is like a $1 character, right? You have to buy her still. But she's used in the red and also the Arcane Wisdom team. These two teams are the most free-to-play friendly teams. So if you have Vivien and you slot her in with Fenrir, then yeah, they go absolutely crazy. On top of this, she has decent amount of healing as well, right? This ultimate skill will also heal. Her Wellspring of Life will also heal as well. if you're proccing these elemental reactions with the red team, you're healing even more. And then she also has another healing ability. So this character is really good. And even though she is really free to play friendly, because honestly, you can just keep her at like level 2, even level 3, which is going to be 3 purple stars or 1 purple star, and you'll get a lot of value out of her. The thing is, she is insanely strong, and you'll see at level 7 if you eventually max her out, which you will do eventually, even as a free to play low spender if you're doing the heart trials every single day. You're going to see that the shield gets refreshed when the target scores a kill. And you could see why this could be very good on something like Fenrir, whose overdrive is a skill that will refresh if you kill something with this, right? Which is insanely powerful. So this character is very, very strong. Not Fenrir. I guess Fenrir is also very strong, but Vivien's very strong as a free to play. And if you pair her with Fenrir, she's also, going to be absolutely amazing because they pair together in both the red teams. You can also use them in the blue team if you really wanted to. Even though Vivien is a Sanctum Glory as her second faction, she can fit into almost every single team comp because you can literally just bring her wherever you want because she just buffs damage and heals, right? You don't really care about her faction too much. In fact, if you have Ifrit, you can just pair her with Ifrit everywhere as well. And Ifrit's ultimate, her overdrive rather, is going to do so much damage. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, the next character, Azure Dragon, is going to be good if you play the otherworldly comps. But for the most part, if you guys are looking for a very universal, very free to play friendly in terms of like what team comps you can use her in character, then Vivien is definitely a character you want to go for. I'd say, unless you know what you're doing and going for that otherworldly comp, the like Bone Dragon, Rebirth comp, whatever you want to call it, then I would say just go for copies of Vivien, and maybe just go for 1 copy of the Azure Dragon. So next banner, in a sense, could be a skip banner. In fact, I'm most likely going to skip it because the characters you need to play this Bone Dragon comp, the Shadow Whelp comp, it's very, very high investment. And not as high investment as like an Arcane team, but you're going to need very specific characters. You'll also need Jing, who's not even out yet, but there's a lot of characters. I don't even have any of them on my account now that I'm looking at it, which is pretty hilarious. I guess I never wishlist them, but it is very character specific as every team is in this game. So I would just say, going for Vivien is the safest bet. But just want to let you guys know, the new banner is announced for next patch, I guess, whenever it releases in 3 days. And let me know down below if you guys are going for Azure Dragon, and also how many copies of Vivien you pulled for. I pulled for, I think, about 8 copies, because I do have that red 1-star, which does give me the really good passive, which I showed you earlier. Definitely don't need to pull this much, but I will say going for a decent amount of copies for her will definitely be worth it. And for me personally, I'm just going to stop here and probably save for the banner after Azure Dragon. But thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you guys check out my link down below to get started in Dragon Traveler if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys next video.